next to him.
Hello and welcome to the Formula Reginol Middle Eastern Trophy. This is round number 3 of race number 3 here this weekend. This race should be very interesting in terms of the action levels that we are about to see. Let's see if our championship leader Rashid Al Daheri can continue to extend his margin coming in to round number 3 of race number 3. Let's see and find out. Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, and hello and welcome to our live coverage of the Formula Reginol Middle Eastern Trophy. Round number 3 of race number 3 here this weekend. This round should be quite interesting in terms of all the action that we're going to see. Hopefully we can get a nice, clean race. If you guys missed out on race number 2 that I streamed yesterday, that was quite an interesting one. Today we're going to do the exact same thing and try and make this race as interesting as possible. We'll see, we'll wait and find out, but for now, let's send it now down to the grid. We've got our live commentary team down there, covering you through all the action.
Alexander Abkazava will line up next to him in that 15 car, and of course Abkazava for MP Motorsport raced in Euro Cup 3 in 2025 for MP Motorsport. He had a win in Euro Cup 3 as well in Algarve in 2024, raced in F4 Spain and raced right here in the United Arab Emirates in F4 UAE all the way back in 2023 did Abkazava. Keith Nakamura, he was our best placed rookie as well, and he's on the podium in our first race yesterday. Unfortunately, race 2 did not go the way he planned it to be, but this time he's starting from 3rd overall and would like to stay there throughout the race as well. Racing from Mumbai Falcons behind the wheel of the 51 from London, is of Japanese and Slovak parentage. Raced in F4 Italy, a Euro 4 champion, and of course a Williams junior driver as well. He's the Euro 4 champ last season, so plenty of experience under the helmet there of Keith Nakamura. Alongside him, Zinovic, who was on the podium for the first time this weekend for Rodin Motorsport. He finished 2nd overall with that fantastic move around the outside through turn 1. He's a GP3 champion last season, 2nd in F4 in the British F4 in 2024, and a 2-time Australian karting champion as well is the Australian, so he'll be fun to watch there from the 2nd row of the grid. Emanuele Olivieri, another one of our rookies. So again, we've got 3 rookies on that left side behind with Alex Powell, Keith Nakamura, and the Brazilian Olivieri lining up on that 3rd row of the grid here as well. The Brazilian didn't have the race that he'd like to have earlier today, so the Italian, excuse me, did not have the race that he would like to have had earlier. And of course he raced in F4 Middle East, and he was the champion in 2025 last season, and was promoted up into the Formula Regional Middle East Trophy this season. Raced in F4 Italy, in Euro 4 and FWS in 2025, so very busy season for the young Italian. Then of course it was Sebastian Weldon who qualified 6th yesterday in our 2nd qualifying session in that 98. Will line up alongside him will the American, racing for Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited. He was 3rd in F4 in Italy in 2025, raced in Macau and a few others as well. He was a Formula Trophy winner in 2024 at the Yas Arena circuit as well. It's really hard to say that it was 2 years ago, 2024, but that's when he was racing there in the Formula Trophy. So it looks like our 2nd place car of Alexander Abkazava has made his way to his 2nd position, starting position that is, in that number 15 on the 1st row of the grid. Still waiting for Alex Powell to slot into position as well, and hopefully the team have rectified any issues that car may have had during the first race of the day here, the 2nd race of the weekend, as the grandstand starts to fill out here for what is an action-packed race weekend here at the Velodrome, with the likes of the Formula Regional Middle East Trophy, as well as the UE4 Series as well, racing here. Asia Le Mans also in the paddock area for what is an incredibly packed paddock area. How the Velodrome has managed to squeeze a lot of cars in is absolutely incredible. We've got 31 here for the Formula Regional Middle East Trophy. We had 37 for the UE4 series, and even more for the Asia Le Mans series, so an incredibly jam-packed paddock area here. there is the 88 making their way towards their position. Our race 1 winner, Salam Hanna, who will start on the 6th row of the grid. He was our winning, or our top rookie as well. He won the Rookie Cup in race 2 earlier today as well, and we're looking to do the exact same thing again here if he can. Now, our pole sitter from race 1 yesterday, Tato Kato, will start 9th in the 89 on the 5th row of the grid alongside local hero Rashid Al-Baheri in 10th position. Tato Kato would like to replicate the success that he had yesterday as well, where he took a lights to flag victory, but a bit of work cut out for him as well because he has to get past 8 other cars that are in front of him here if he wants to be the man who wins this race here. So there is Rashid Al-Baheri. He's raced in Macau, he's raced here in the United Arab Emirates. He is from Abu Dhabi itself, which is just an hour and a half down the road. Raced in Formula Reginol, the Middle East Championship of 2025, raced in Macau as well. 2 wins in F4 UAE in 2024, and of course he is part of the Mercedes Junior program as well. That was an announcement that was made last year, and it made those who are based here in the United Arab Emirates very, very excited to see that a driver from this part of the world has joined a program such as Mercedes here as well, and of course great things to come from Rashid Al-Baheri. Now, the pole sitter still hasn't come to his position here, and by the looks of it, it looks like pit lane may be closed, so Alex Powell may have to start this race from the pit lane if the car is at the end of pit exit there. But now Alexander Abkazava, well, he hasn't got anyone to worry about on the left-hand side of him here because he has a nice clean run down towards the first corner, but he's got to be careful of the man that starts in 4th position. But Abkazava, of course, a wealth of experience does Abkazava have in Euro Cup 3 for MP Motorsport last year, Euro Cup 3 win at Algarve in Portugal in 2024, as well as runs in F4 Spain, and right here in the F4 Championship, now known as the UAE4 Series as well, in 23. A very busy man indeed as well, looking for his first race victory here this weekend.
Indeed, he certainly is. Alongside him is King Nakamura Berta. Had a spin yesterday. That tied him out of the race. The Mumbai Falcon crew will be wanting to get as much revenge as possible. They'll be looking for a win for King Nakamura Berta. Next up on the grid, we have Alex Ninovich as the crew work on the front of the car, as the teams and crew have a challenge against them here today with the extreme heat. This is Alex Ninovich, the Australian driver of the Road and Motorsport team, and they'll be looking for a bit of success here today here at Dubai. One last time out in Abu Dhabi, looking to do the exact same thing again. This here is car number 73 for the RAce GP team. Looking to make their way up the grids is their driver of Emmanuel Olivieri, the RAce GP team. Looking to make their way up the grid from 4th position. This car ended up not finishing the race yesterday, hoping to finish the race today. See what he can do from that position. Car number 98. This is Sebastian Weldon, who did not have the most pleasurable of qualifying sessions in Q1. But now the Mumbai Falcon team have turned that car around, and in Q2 was able to qualify himself P7 on the grid. Here's a good shot to make his way through the grid here in race number 3. Trying to keep cool here as much as possible here in the extreme Dubai heat. Another MP Motorsport car. Car number 55, Zenru Chi. I think this is Zenru Chi, who sits at the moment in P9 on the grid. Sorry, this is Dion Gowda. 55, Dion Gowda, the Indian driver. Dion Gowda sits P10. He'll make his way through the grid during this race. The Indian driver very successful in the Formula Regional European Championship. to be more successful here this weekend. Jen Perezowski, the RPM team, lines up in P12. On the grids, a big packed grid this weekend, as you heard. 31 cars looking to take part and will take part this weekend. We then head down to Taito Kato. This man won race number 1 in dominant fashion. The ART team have just left Taito Kato alone, so he's confident here in his ability for today. We're not too far away, actually, from race start, so that's why we've got teams still out on grid here. This is Rashid Al Daheri for the RSGP team again, for the As Heat colours as well. We're about to get this race underway here, and we'll get the formation lap underway as well for the drivers to get as much temperature into the rubber as possible, get temperature into the brakes, circulate that heat from the brakes to the tyres, and then once that Pirelli rubber is up to temperature, we'll be able to go racing. It shouldn't be too hard here at Dubai to get temperature into the tyres. It'll be a very interesting challenge for the competitors. This is Jules Russell for the G4 Racing team. Here, car number 24, Jules Russell, part of the rookies category as well. 1 minute 30 seconds until race gets underway, until really the racing action gets underway. Let's hand it up to the world feed for their last thoughts on this race.
1.6 litre 3-cylinder Toyota engine, and they're all running on Pirelli slick tyres on each of the 4 corners of the car. And that 1.6 3-cylinder engine, by the way, is the same engine that's used in the Toyota GR Yaris, so a very potent engine. The same engine also being used in the Toyota Corolla, the GR Corolla that is as well. There is our race 2 winner and our rookie winner as well, Salam Hanna, looking for repeat success here in the 3rd and final race of the day, to be mentored by Juan Pablo Montoya, who you'll see scattered around the paddock area here, and very proud he was to see his driver on the top step of the podium. Portugal's very own Francisco Macedo will line up in the number 11. And he will line up, of course, 13th on the 7th row of the grid here. Francisco, now, he's been doing quite a lot of racing around the world as the driver of that number 11. Euro Cup 3 2025, was in the motorsport game as well in 24 and raced in F4 Spain, or the Spanish F4 in 2024. And he'll be joined alongside row number 7, Jesse Carrasquedo, the Mexican driver. He had 3 wins in Euro Cup 3, raced in the FIF 3 2025, raced in Formula Regional Europe in 23, and also raced right here in the Middle East as well in Formula Regional in 23 and 24. Now then, the formation lap is about to get underway. We'll go through the grid one final time here of the 31 cars that will take to the start here for the final race of the weekend for the Formula Regional Middle East Trophy. It's been 3 very busy race weekends here, and it seems to see the tail end of the field. Someone has not got through quite yet. But no doubt they'll be out there. Now I can see on the left-hand side, you can see at pit exit, there is nobody waiting there. We would hope to have seen the number 41 of Alex Powell, because that was the car that was supposed to start in pole position, but unfortunately Alex Powell is not there. So you can't convert this pole position into a race victory, which gives Kian Nakamura-Berta, well, there's no one in front of him, but he can't move forward, and Alexander Abkazava cannot move over to the left until the green flag waves when the 5 lights have been extinguished at the when we have formed up and the grid is all in position here. So let's have a look.
So let's have a look at the starting grid for race number 3 of the weekend. It's Alex Powell on pole position alongside Alex Abkazava, then Kian Nakamura-Berta for the Mumbai Falcons team, and Alex Ninovich for the Road Motorsport team. Emmanuel Olivieri and Sebastian Weldon, Dion Gowder for the VAR team, and Jen Perezowski as well, Taito Kato. For the Chinese team, Rashid Al-Daheri, Jules Russell and Sally Manor for the Mumbai Falcon team, Francisco Medico and Jesse Carrasquedo, Andrea Dup and Miguel Acosta, before then Andrea Karthich and Reno Franco, Giovanni Maschio and Artem Severukem. We then have Reza Severuthan and Kabir Anurag, Kai Darianani and Frau Yao Hao. We have August Raybart and Zenral Chi, then followed by Matteo Gigardi and Maxim Rem. Neto and Maximilian Popov, the Jamaican driver, expect him to make his way through the grid, and Dion Frey in position 31, quite unfortunately. Worst qualifying spot so far this season for Dion Frey. Expect him to make his way through the grid as well. Also expect the Jamaican sensation, Maximilian Popov, to make his way through the grid as well. Reason why we call him the Jamaican sensation is because he was very successful in the Italian F4 Championship, competed one round in the European Championship for the Formula Regional European Championship, and made his way through the grid from dead last to P7 in the Italian F4 Championship, made his way from the back of the championship standings up to P7. So his lucky number there, Maximilian Popov, is position number 7, if you couldn't tell. So, you heard there, our pole position sitter of Alex Powell, quite unfortunately, will not start this race, apparently. We do not know why, but it's technically now Alex Abkazava who starts P2 on the clean side of the road and has no one next to him. This will be an interesting challenge for the competitors here to see what they can do from the grid. Cars forming up now. Once that green flag is waved at the back of the grid, of course, one last time, if you would like to catch any action, just ask me, what is this series called? And I will pleasurably tell you the name, and you can follow along as well. This is practically what this is, a watch along. You can follow along with me. Alex Abkazava versus K&B, Kin Nakamura Berta into turn number 1. Let's see what happens. This is going to be good. Green flag at the back of the grid here at the Dubai Autodrome. We're about to go racing. You can see 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and away we go on a good start from Alex Abkazava, who gets perfectly off the line. Kin Nakamura Berta. Abkazava squeezing Kin Nakamura Berta. Turn the right hand side he goes. They're side by side now, the two competitors. They'll make their way into turn number 1. Kin Nakamura Berta. Bit of contact. Who's going to make it into turn number 1 first? It's Alex Abkazava. Kin Nakamura Berta into position 2. Alex Nedovic and Olivieri side by side as they make their run now through turn number 3, and I think it is Alex Abkazava who's kept the lead into turn number 1. They were making contact all the way down the front straight into turn number 1, but in the moment it is Alex Abkazava versus Kin Nakamura Berta, P1 and P2, Alex Nedovic in P3, and Olivieri in P4, followed by Dion Gata. Sebastian Weldon, who's made a stonking start off the grid, up 3 positions. Yeah, very good start from the American driver of Sebastian Weldon, but so far so good. It is our race leader, Alex Abkazava, who leads this race about 3 cars off in the background and drivers up the curb as they made their run now through with about 26 minutes and 54 seconds to go there. Kin Nakamura Berta covering off Olivieri, who that is Alex Nedovic in P3. Cars up the inside of each other as they try to make moves into the hairpin section of the complex of this circuit. Alex Abkazava starts to pull away now. Nedovic up the inside. He's going to go for a move. He's not going to. K&B, Kin Nakamura Berta, he covers. Yeah, good defensive work here. Kin Nakamura Berta has not been very good. We got an interview with him a few before this race started, apparently, and he said that my tyre warm-up process hasn't been very good, so he's been struggling off the line throughout the first few laps, and then his pace starts to turn on late on in the race, which is not exactly what you want in these sort of sprint races. Hopefully we can go green flag all the way to the end of the race here. But so far so good. It is Alex Abkazava who sits in the lead, and off there is I think that's Sally Manor, or it's either Sebastian Weldon. And I think it was Sebastian Weldon that went slightly off the road there. Meanwhile, pulling out is Sebastian Weldon round the outside of the 2 elements of Olivieri that he's battling with. A squeeze off the road there from Peranzowski. He tried to go round the outside of, I think that was Dion Gauda, And I think he's done it. He certainly has. What a move. What a move from the American sensation, Sebastian Weldon, who sent it right around the outside on the dirty side of the road and has absolutely stomped him. What a move from the American. Born and raised in California. And he's now moved himself up into P7 with a double overtake. That is some sensational stuff from the American driver of Sebastian Weldon. He went right around the outside. Meanwhile, Nidovich covering on the outside goes. Oh, that's close. That's close. Nidovich. And I think it's Olivieri side by side now. Who will be late on the brakes into the hairpin? I think it might be Olivieri. Nidovich late on the brakes into the hairpin. Round the outside on the dirty side of the road. Meanwhile, it's Olivieri who has the inside run. I think it might have been Nidovich that keeps the position. According to our timing screens, it is Nidovich who currently sits in front of Olivieri. Meanwhile, Olivieri back up the inside. He's going to be late on the brakes. But quite unfortunately, it is Nidovich who has the inside run for the next corner. It certainly is Nidovich, and he keeps the position for now. All his battling has brought Gauda and Perezowski. Sorry. Now, when I said that was a double overtake on Gauda and Perezowski, it was actually on Carto and Russell that Weldon made that move on. So he's moved himself up into P7, but it was a double overtake, and it was done absolutely perfectly on Carto and Russell. Round the outside, turn number 1 on the dirty side of the road. Bit of a squeeze further back. That is Carrasquedo battling with Kostic. And it's going to be 3 wide now. Ethel Costa, who tries to make it 3 wide. Carrasquedo keeps the position. Good battle between these two. Good battle indeed. And meanwhile, Rashid Al Daheri's had an absolute stonking start. He's down into position 21, our championship leader. Our championship leader's dropped to position 21. He started P11. I wonder what's happened there for our championship leader. Meanwhile, cars making their way up the grid as they try and fight and squabble for position. Kinakama Roberto, what I was saying about that tyre warm-up process, it's certainly true there. Because now his pace is turned on. He's pulled away from the cars behind him, of which is Olivieri, and Nidovich, Gauda, Weldon, Perezowski, and it's practically a 5-car train for position number 3. 5, 4, whatever number it is. Meanwhile, we look here at Salim Hanna. Sorry, this is Sebastian Weldon looking for a move on Dion Gauda. Can he make a 2-way overtake again? It could be possible here for the American driver. Has been successful in this championship. And when I say successful, I mean successful in a way of, you know, winning a race here in this championship. He has done it before. He's looking to do it again, and he hasn't won it since round number 1. He won it in race number 3 of round number 1, but hasn't won a race since. He's eager for a win before the end of the championship. And now he's got Slipstream right on the back of Down Gauda, and he'll look for a move. Gauda goes defensive. We're going to have to take a look at this move here. Who's going to go up inside? Why have we cut back to cars further back down the grid? I have no idea. But Gauda was looking for a move here. And these battle is for minor positions. Moving to the right-hand side of the road. They're one of the VAR cars. One of the Mumbai Falcons. They're as well involved in this battle. They're side by side. Not sure exactly who this is, but it's 2 MP Motorsport cars coming at it. Tooth and nail. Weldon didn't grab that position. Confirmation there, ladies and gentlemen. He did not grab that position. The rookie driver looked up the inside of the Indian driver of Dion Gauda. Was not successful in the process. Get your confirmation as to what battle we were just looking at. That was Frey Garagacci and Felben Neto. He's made his way up through the grid, up 2 spots after 2 cars did sadly retire. 5 minutes gone in this race, and we've had plenty of action, plenty of overtakes up and down the grid. And drivers looking for more overtakes as the race goes on. There's Taito Kato. I think that was looking up the inside of Jan Perezowski. Confirm that for you, ladies and gentlemen. And there's Jan Perezowski there. And he is. That's Taito Kato and Jan Perezowski going tooth and nail at it at the moment. There is Sebastian Weldon. Just past our screen there. He's a very successful driver. So expect him to make his way through the grid. He's P6 at the moment. He's up 5 spots. And he's done an amazing job to do so. If anyone, with the way that people overtake, you can't compare it to that man, Sebastian Weldon. You can't compare it. He's just really good at making overtakes. Meanwhile, 3-way battle into turn number 1. Late on the brakes goes one of the RSGP cars. There's going to be contact. No, there isn't. But that was with Carrasquedo again. Carrasquedo can just not get off the back of someone. No, he cannot. Sorry, it was Maximilian Popov. Popov. This was, oh, big accident. Big crash. And who is that in the barrier? Big crash and immediately a safety car. Big crash, safety car's out, and there was a car in the barrier on the main straight with big right front suspension damage. Looks to be one of the MP Motorsport cars. Confirm to you exactly who that is when we can. Dust being kicked up in the background. But we've gone safety car here, ladies and gentlemen. Safety car deployed. That's a big accident. 18 minutes, 50 seconds remaining left in the race. Hope everybody is enjoying the action. If you are, hit like button, subscribe. On the way to 200 subscribers, we're only 15 subs off. If you are enjoying the coverage that I'm bringing you every single day, I plan on streaming every single day, with maybe a day or two off in between. But I plan on bringing you as much action as humanly possible. So, you know, in return, I would not mind either a like button hit or a subscribe button being hit. I would very much mind that. All good, Adam. That's A-okay. That is A-okay. I understand. It's probably midnight for you, so that's understandable. And you've only got one race to catch today. This is how it happened. This is how it happens. This was for minor positions. I think this is Felben Neto. Yeah, oh my god. Felben Neto has just not had luck. Squeeze. That's, okay. Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a penalty awarded. Yeah, if you're going to force someone in the barrier, you're going to do it with a penalty alongside it as well. And in the process, a bit more damage added with the rubber, with the tyre hitting the back of the rear wing as well. So the team will be hard at work once that car gets back to the pits to get it fixed for round number 4. Of course, if you're wondering when I'm streaming the finale for round number 4 of the Formula Regional Trophy Championship, I will be streaming that. Not next week, it'll be the week after that I'll be streaming that. So, yeah, very, very exciting to see what will happen there. As next week, it is fully F1. We go F1 mode next weekend. Well, next week, should I say. We go F1 mode next week. We have 2 tests to bring you with nearly 6 hours of coverage for 6 days of action. Should be very fun. That is next week. That is my plan. 6 hours of coverage of the F1 pre-season testing will be live right here. You catch all the action as well. Now, for that, I don't think you will be able to link up unless you have Sky Sports. If you're in America, it will be probably ESPN. You can catch all the action there. If you were to catch it in the UK, it would be on Sky Sports F1. So you can catch it on Sky Sports F1. If you're in Australia, like I am, you'll be catching it on KO Sports, as YouTube do not have... YouTube never have perms to stream F1. So, yeah. So those are the 3 places I reckon you could probably catch them. If it's not on ESPN, search it up on Google, and you'll be able to watch along with me. It'll be a very interesting day indeed. Very interesting week. But yeah, hope you're enjoying. Hit like button, subscribe. It'd be very much appreciated. We have 15 minutes and 55 seconds remaining. 15 minutes remaining. Even what has been an absolute amazing weekend. 3 races, but 3 lots of action. 3 races, nearly 75 minutes of racing has gone on this weekend, and it's been an absolute amazing week. But tomorrow, the racing action does not stop there. It just gets better. The Bathurst 12 Hour tomorrow live, not ad break free, but it's going to be live right here. You can catch all the action live for the Bathurst 12 Hour. That will start tomorrow from a bit earlier, actually, 3:40 for a 40-minute free practice session. 4 free practice sessions being streamed tomorrow. Practice 2 will start from 13 minutes past 4, so about 8 minutes later than this one has. Practice 3 will start from 5 o'clock, and practice 4 will start from 8 o'clock. Correct me if I'm wrong there. But yeah, practice 4 will start from 8 o'clock, with practice 5 and 6 on Saturday for the Bathurst 12 Hour. And that should be fun. Then, of course, the big moment, qualifying and the top 10 shootout will be live in the afternoon, along with all the support races on Saturday. So not bringing you any support race action on Friday. I'll be bringing you all the support action racing on Saturday, with the Ferrari Challenge and the combined sports sedans. That should be fun. And those 2 races will be covered by the World Feed commentary. So that'll be exciting to see what happens there. And then, of course, Sunday, the big one, the Bathurst 12 Hour, the race in general, 12 hours of absolute action. I'm excited to see what happens there. But yeah, let's take a look at the race restart. Someone did not move off the line. I didn't even notice that. So someone did not move off the line there. But it was a good start overall from Abkazar, who quietly squeezed King Nakamura Berta to the right-hand side of the road. Picked up a bit of dust in the process, and King Nakamura Berta gave a squeeze back as they made their run into number 1. But in the end, Abkazava had the inside run for the first corner and got the lead as they made their run into turn number 2. Nenovic tried to fight King Nakamura Berta for position 2. That didn't happen. It was King Nakamura Berta who kept position 2 and in the process pulled away as his rubber continued to warm up throughout the race. Drivers continued to squabble for position as they tried to make their way up the grid, just in case, of course, a safety car. All cars follow safety car through pit lane, confirmed by race control, so we could be under safety car here for quite a while. We have 13 minutes, 8 seconds to go as cars continue to bunch their way through here. We're looking here on track. We're looking, not the track replay, we're taking a look here on the replay of what's happened throughout the race start. Salim Hunter and Jan Perezowski had a battle as they went nose to tail. And then this move. Move of all moves. No, this was not the move of all moves. This is the 2 Rotor Motorsport cars. Ninovic and his teammate. He went toe-to-toe with Olivieri, those 2. Ninovic and Olivieri, they went toe-to-toe. And then the 2 MP Motorsport cars as well went toe-to-toe. But sadly, one of them did not end up at the other side. It was Phil Neto who ended up in the barrier. And this was the squeeze. Squeeze, bang, in the barrier. And that would end Felbin Neto's race. And that's where we are at the moment with a safety car deployed. You can see the wheel as it rolled towards the car. Bang! Just to add a bit more damage to the rear wing of that car. So all 4 corners apparently of that car have been damaged. And that was the reaction to Felbin Neto literally throwing his helmet on the ground. That is not a good sign. He is not happy. And he'll be wanting a penalty for the other driver. I think that was Gagachi who caused that contact there. That's quite unfortunate there. But yeah, the Bathurst 12 Hour will be live from 5:35 on Sunday morning. So it's a bit of an early stream for those people that are overseas in America, for people that live in Canada or even Austria. You'll be blessed with about a 12:30 p.m. start. That is a blessing time to that is a blessing for those people that catch all of my streams at midnight. We swap roles. I get the night stint. You guys get the day stint. So we swap roles. You guys get the night stream. You guys get the day stream. I get the pitch black. I'll be starting at pitch black. 5:35 sharp in the morning. That will be fun. This is going to be a very interesting challenge for all the competitors here as they make their run through the hairpin. putting the power down and catching once more with the safety car. With crowds flocking in as we get ready for the Asian Le Mans Series, the second race. It's coming up straight after this for the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. I'm just depressed, but I'll be okay. Oh man, I hope you do better. I hope you have better days, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that, man. We'll talk on Discord after. Safety car in this lap, and the cars make their way now. Pedal to the metal, and it's go, 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 go for the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. It's a good start for Max Abkazava, who launches and gets a pretty good start as we go back to green flag racing. Cars launch their way down the front straight. Once more. And into the braking zone, the cars go. King Nakamura Berta moving to the left-hand side of the road as he tries to look for a move on our race leader of Alex Abkazava. Ninovic also looking for a move. So that's Olivieri who looks for a move on King Nakamura Berta. The Rodin Motorsport team, they want to make moves in this one and want to try and beat King Nakamura Berta. He's 1 point off leading in the rookie standings and only about 14 points off leading in the Drivers' Championship. So 14 points off leading the Drivers' Championship coming into this round. As up the inside goes one of the RPM cars. A few cars going up the inside as they make their run through the banking section. And Kazava trying to break the slipstream as they make their run down the back straight. Cars put pedal to the metal. And we once more go back to racing conditions here at Dubai. Dubai Autodrome. Meatball flag being shown in the background. There's a move from King Nakamura Berta, the Japanese sensation. Up the inside, he's going to look for a move. Abkazava squeezes him. And it's going back to lap 1. These two went at war in turn number 1 on lap 1. Yeah, these two went to war, and now they're going to go to war again. King Nakamura Berta, he looks for a move. Abkazava up the curb along with King Nakamura Berta. Power now down. Olivieri in P3. Nakamura Berta now moving to the inside. He's going to look for a move, and he's actually going to get the move done here around the outside on the dirty side of the road. King Nakamura Berta. Not going to happen. He stays in P2. Ninovic and Gowder in the background battling. Up the inside again. King Nakamura Berta. Into the final corner. Power down now. Abkazava has to get a good run, and he does. Good pace shown from King Nakamura Berta. Car off in the background. Dust being kicked up. Galder and Weldon in the background. The Mumbai Falcon team. They're going for moves, and they're going for moves very well. Weldon going for moves. King Nakamura Berta going for moves. It's all happening here in race number 3 of the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. It's absolutely all happening. This battle, Abkazava and King Nakamura Berta separated by less than 1/10 of a second. This is amazing racing. This is absolutely amazing. The cars now make their run through the banking section. Drivers looking for moves as well. But we focus on this top 3 battle. Cars off in the background. And there's a big plume of dust that's being kicked up as well. Looking for move, Olivieri. Up inside, King Nakamura Berta. Kato up the inside. On Jan Perezowski. They're side by side on the exit. Has Olivieri got the move done? No, he hasn't. He stays P3, but now to the hairpin they go. Olivieri will be late on the brakes, but it's King Nakamura Berta who's up the curve and keeps the position. Good racing, these two. Actually, make all 3 of them have good racing here. Lord hope that they just don't crash, because that would be an absolute awful ending to this race for both of them. This is hand-on-mouth stuff here. And that's one of the RSGP's cars around. Or the Rodin Motorsport car. That's Alex Ninovic. Ninovic gone. Alex Ninovic around And that was the dust that was being kicked up in the background on the exit of the final corner. The Australian driver, Alex Nidovich, Kane Nakamura batter with a big defensive move into turn number 1. It's a drag race now. The two, Olivieri. And Kane Nakamura batter, look up from Olivieri. Kane Nakamura batter keeps the position. Switch back goes Olivieri. It's not going to happen on the exit. Wow, these two are going at it for at least a good 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, good lord. My palms are sweating, as Eminem would say. I'm going to have no voice left at the end of this. This is amazing racing. Through the banking they go. You can't take your eyes off this. If you're watching along, then let me tell you this much. You can have hands in mouth, hands on heart, and you just got to hope that these two don't crash. They're matched on lap times. Last time around, it was Olivieri on a 57.2. Up the inside, Olivieri. Can he get the move done? Finally, lock up on the right front. They're not going to make contact to the hip end. Not this time. Got to hope that they don't make contact at all. Meanwhile, Abkazava's pulled away. 2 seconds the margin. Out in front. Braking zone again. Battle of the breakers. King Nakamura Berta slides the curb. And so does Olivieri. Power down, traction down. 4.5 minutes to go and about 5 laps to go. All the apron being used on the outside as they pull themselves into the banking. Olivieri's trying to get a good run on the exit of the banking, but the higher he uses that banking, the worse traction he gets. It's actually letting the Japanese driver of King Nakamura Berta pull away a little bit. The margin now is 2.4 tenths. Make that 6 tenths now. Nakamura Berta's done an absolute stonking lap and he's gone 3 tenths faster that time around. This is good racing. 3 wide in the background. There's a squeeze on. And they made contact as well, I think. This is Reginol involved in this. He's got to be careful because he knows he's in a championship fight as well. Yeah, he would know that he's in a championship fight, and he certainly does. There's no doubt about it. These three. They went 3 wide. 3 wide. Could you believe it? I certainly can't. Oh. Now, into the braking zone the drivers go. But that battle between King Nakamura Berta was absolutely amazing. Olivieri as well joined in on that. Now he's pulled away King Nakamura Berta. So his tyres have come up to temperature. And Olivieri, in trying to attack, has not prevailed whatsoever. Cars looking out for moves. Up inside, it was late on the brakes for one of the RPM cars. Would have there been contact, I would have thought. Surely. In that situation, you'd think there would have been contact, and I think there was, to be honest. Hairpin. Last late breakers who will be on the brakes. Who will be brave on the brakes. There's Kyanarag. Back down the grid. This battle is. Oh. I need to catch my breath. I am almost out of breath. Kyanarag. Now to the outside. He's looking for move the Alpine Academy driver. The Indian driver. Looking for moves up and down the grid. As YouTube decides to play a useless ad of Guman and Gomez. Black and white flag, so someone has got a penalty. Somewhere down the grids. And Kyanarag looking for move. He moves to the left, moves to the right. They're going to be 3 wide. One of the MP Motorsport cars does not want to get caught up in this. I'll confirm who exactly this battle with it is with. Timing screens do refresh. Be very nice. Appear in the commentary box. 1 minute 30 seconds remaining. Cars now make their run through. right-hander. Kind of reckon that's August Raber he's battling with at the moment. And Machio as well, who sits in position 19, Kainarag. And then it's Dion Frey actually in behind Machio. So we've got Sebastian Weldon. This is Alex Powell. No, this is not Alex Powell. Correct me again. It's not Alex Powell. 48 seconds to go. We're going to get probably one more lap after this of pure green flag racing. Jules Russell and Salim Hanna battling at the moment for P8 and P9. Field starts to calm down just a little bit now with less than a lap to go. Alex Abkazava now making his run through turn 14, which is the final corner on the layout. On the exit, put the power down, and Alex Abkazava now will start the final lap. For the competitors, this will be the final lap of the race, final lap of the weekend as well. Drivers now still looking for moves. This is Alex Ninovich trying to make his way up the grids with... Sorry, that's another car. That is Jules Russell. Looking for a move on Salim Hanna. Must I correct myself? Those two battling for P8 and P9. That margin's now just extended to 0.6 of a second. Last lap of the Grand Prix, and we've got Keen Nakamura chasing down Alex Abkazava. Race long feet, these two. Keen Nakamura having to put up with the challenge of keeping Olivieri and Alex Ninovich behind. But not too long ago, it was actually quite deep there for Alex Abkazava this time around. Quite deep into the corner. It's affected his run now on exit. And the hairpin, the competitors go for what will be not the last time in this race. Keen Nakamura now pulling his way now to the line. And Alex Abkazava. I can't speak English and I translate the words from Google Translate. All good, man. But how are you, Edwin? Hello. Alex Abkazava. This has been an absolute amazing race from this man, Alex Abkazava. Race 1, round 1, and he's going to win race 3, round 3. What a day, what a weekend for Alex Abkazava. He wins race number 3 of the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. And, well, apparently this now is the final lap. So, sorry. Sorry, I stand corrected. This is the final lap now. So, that was not Alex Abkazava winning the race. I stand corrected. This is now the last lap, according to our timings. So, don't know what happened there, but that was strange. But now this is the final lap of the race. And I do stand corrected there. This now is the final lap. Now down the back straight, the drivers and the competitors go through on the exit of turn 6. Throw the car in and get the power down. By the end of this one now, the tyres would be almost dead. I reckon if there was 2 more laps, Keen Nakamura would be all over the back of Alex Abkazava. He certainly would be. He won round 1, race 1. He's now going to win round 3, race 3. What a miracle it would be if he could win round 4, race 3, the final race of the championship. That's what his goal would probably be. But he has to get a good qualifying spot come next round, and that is in 2 weeks' time. But for now, we cheer, we celebrate. The man, the myth, the legend, Alex Abkazava. Out of the final corner, put the power down for the final time. Checkered flag waves. Alex Abkazava, you are a winner here in the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. He wins race number 3. What a race. What a race, Alex Abkazava. He wins, and Ken Nakamura in position 2, and Emmanuel Olivieri in position 3. What a race. The competitors crossed the line. What a race. And what a championship it's been so far. We now head into the final round. Alex Abkazava bags another 25 points in his championship run. What a day. What a day it's been. Edwin said, I'm waiting for your new videos on YouTube. So that will be on not today, but next week. So we've got next week. The next video will be next week. There. So that will be next week. Next video will be out for Edwin. And I'm actually, for those people that are wondering, I don't think Edwin can understand me right now. But I'm quite literally backed up on videos. I've got about 10 videos still left to upload. Alex Abkazava wins over Ken Nakamura, Berta, Emmanuel Olivieri, Dion Gauda, Jan Prozowski, Sebastian Weldon, Taito Kato, Salim Hanna, Jules Russell, and Francisco Medico. And the winner in the Rookies Championship is Ken Nakamura, Berta. He now takes the lead in the Rookies with, I don't think, Alex Powell scoring any points. So he now leads the Rookie Championship by 16 points. If my math is correct. My math is correct. There you go. But yeah, good race from all the competitors. Let's now hand it up to the world feed as we get ready for the podium celebrations.
For position there for Van Alsford Racing. So that is the final race of the day and the final race of the weekend for round 3 of the Formula Regional Middle East Trophy. We will leave you now with some highlights as we head on over to the podium presentation area for the final podium presentation of the weekend.
So, pretty good race there from the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy cars. And they've put on an absolute spectacular show for the last couple of weeks. We've had some pretty epic action. We're planning on having the exact same epic action. Alex Abkazava pulls into the pits. Does so in style. Yes, next week. My friend, next week. Alex Abkazava puts his hands up and he's happy with that one. Another win for the young driver. And he celebrates with the team in the process. Alexander Abkazava. Wow. That's a man you're going to see in the near future. In F3, even F2, or maybe even one day in Formula 1. MP Motorsport team will be very happy with that. Position 1, practically pole position to race win. Practically. Quite unfortunately, Alex Powell, who was meant to be on pole position, did not start this race. Did not have that opportunity to go from lights to flag. And that would have been 25 points that he's lost in his championship, in his rookie championship, should we say. So yeah, quite unfortunately, 25 points. That is a lot when you talk about this championship and just how tight these sorts of races can be. So, we went racing for the final time this weekend. And the competitors and even the marshals were ready. Highlights of race number 3. And it was a good start from our pole sitter, or what was technically our pole sitter, Alex Abkazava. Alex Powell did not make it out to the grid. But the two went side by side, Alex Abkazava and Ken Nakamura into turn number 1. In the end, prevailing was Alex Abkazava. He led, did so in fine fashion. The competitors tried to make their way through the grid. Some of them could just not do that. Drivers moving left, moving right. King Nakamura, Roberto Aleksandrovich went for a battle. Went for a good old scrap, these two. I did say at the start of the race that King Nakamura Roberto very much does struggle with tyre temperatures. Jen Perezowski and Sebastian Weldon. This was the move of the race. Round the outside of Taito Kato and Jen Perezowski. Bit of a squeeze. But he got the move done. And didn't even notice he went off the track in the process. Aleksandrovich and Olivieri, they went side by side as they battled for position. Quite unfortunately, Aleksandrovich would have to try and make a recovery. This is what brought out the safety car. The two MP Motorsport cars. It left one MP Motorsport car left. Alex Abkazava, who would eventually win the race. And bang, into the barrier went Felben Neto, quite unfortunately, out of the race. That would bring out the safety car and was not happy. Banged his helmet down. Was not happy with that. We went back to green flag racing and contact between the two Ronin cars. Alex Ninovich went around. Dust and smoke went up everywhere. Put on some good action for the competitors, for the fans as well on the main straight. Drivers trying to hit braking points, and they continue to lock up. Tyres were dead by the end of the race, but this man, well, he's not stopping now. Alex Abkazava wins in race number 3. What a race that was. What a race that was. Very good to see the competitors trying as hard as possible here this weekend to go for race wins and to go for victories.
Race 3. Congratulations to the winning drivers in third position for RA's GP. Driver number 73, Emanuele Olivieri. In second position, the number 51 for Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited, Keen Nakamura Berta. And our winner, driving the number 15 for MP Motorsport, Alexander Abkazava. And I've also got to call out the Rookie Cup winner, the number 51 from Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited, Keen Nakamura Berta. Now it is my honour to invite Tarek Algamal, the head of commercial at Dividerdrome, to present the trophies to our winners. First of all, the third place trophy to the number 73 of Emanuele Olivieri. He will present the second place trophy now to Keen Nakamura Berta. And last but not least, our winner in race 3, Alexander Abkazava. And of course, one final trophy for our Rookie Cup winner, Keen Nakamura Berta. Now, gentlemen, if you could pose for the group photo, remember to look down at the cameras as well. And that wraps up our final podium presentation. And let the celebrations begin!
Okay, so that is it for the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy. I need to be quick with this. And so the Formula Regional Middle Eastern Trophy done for the weekend. It was an absolutely amazing weekend of racing. Hope everybody did enjoy. Amazing week of racing. We're going to be back tomorrow to do it all again for the Bathurst 12 hour. Hope you all did enjoy. And I'll be back tomorrow for practice 1 for the Bathurst 12 hour. I'll catch you guys all then. Practice 1 starts from 5:25. Catch you guys then. It's goodbye.